Today's golden phrase is, handle emotions first, then handle the matter. This phrase to me is a fundamental principle, a path to success and happiness in relationships. When we interact with others, we often default to seeing things from our own perspective, centered around ourselves. We judge others by our own standards, viewing them through the lens of our own expectations. As a result, our view becomes colored by our own biases. When others fail to meet our standards, we might say they're wrong, call them foolish, label them incompetent, or accuse them of being cold. We reject them, argue with them, even sever ties. They feel hurt and we feel exhausted. On the other hand, handle emotions first, then handle the matter means that even when I disagree with someone, I first try to understand their emotions, to explore the iceberg beneath their feelings. What are their expectations? What are their beliefs? What is their sense of self-worth, their worldview, their philosophy on life, their family background? What makes them hold on so tightly? What causes them to see things the way they do? What drives them to repeatedly do things that I perceive as wrong, but they see as perfectly reasonable? Why is it that something so small in my eyes they find impossible to change, or even feel no need to change? I need to understand the emotional needs beneath their actions, their feelings, and the values and worldview that shape them. Otherwise, I will never truly communicate with them. I won't understand them at all. I'll simply impose my own needs onto their lives. When I began to learn to handle emotions first, then the matter, I noticed a profound improvement in my relationships. And even more importantly, this practice is not just about understanding others. It starts with handling my own emotions. Take a moment to pause and ask yourself, why am I feeling angry? What is the iceberg beneath my anger, my frustration, my sadness, my fear, or my disappointment? What are these emotions trying to tell me? What am I holding on to? Have I turned my attachments into expectations, forcing them onto others? Do I demand that others meet my needs, live up to my standards, even in moments when I feel deeply frustrated with someone, when I completely disagree with them, when I think they're being unreasonable or disrespectful? If I can first manage my own emotions, understand my own attachments, and then try to understand their needs, I often find clarity. I may still believe their behavior is wrong, but I no longer feel superior, as if I'm right and they're wrong, or I'm above them. I realize it's simply a difference. They didn't meet my standards, and that made me uncomfortable, but my emotions are my responsibility. I need to take ownership of them. When I approach them again, my tone becomes softer, my attitude becomes kinder. I show more respect, more empathy, and in doing so, I lose an enemy and gain a friend. Now, take a moment to let yourself relax. Sit up straight, close your eyes. Think about someone you deeply disagree with right now, someone you feel dissatisfied with. Perhaps it's someone very close to you, a family member. Feel their needs, feel their pain, feel their struggles, feel their emotional needs, their longing for understanding. Now look deeper. What is the iceberg beneath their needs, their family history, their past experiences? And then turn inward. Look at your own emotions. Do you have attachments? Are you being rigid? Are you approaching them with a mindset of, I'm right, you're wrong? Now, take a deep breath. And another deep breath. When we can empathize with their emotions and understand the attachments and projections behind our own feelings, our anger towards them will begin to melt away. Together, we can create more harmonious, more loving relationships. I wish you peace and happiness.